Cops calling my phone, why the fuck they keep bluffing? Don't bring up the border, man, them niggas ain't none. Y'all chill, no cop, man, that nigga got pumped. Big N1 gang, niggas know how we come. I'm a fox in this shit, see my up on my hunt. I'm a Southeast big with the Jones, not plump. With the Drake on they block, I be bumping my bump.
Breaking news from Northwest D.C., where police say 4 men have been shot. This is the car police are looking for right now. They think the people in this car were involved, and the people who witnessed that car speed off tell us this has really become the latest in a sad reality for a terrifying trend in their neighborhood.
Yeah, we've heard of this before.
Over and over. I'm Leslie Foster.
And I'm Lorenzo Hall. Let's show you where this is. It all happened this afternoon on North Capitol Street at the Tyler House Apartments. That's near New York Avenue in Noma. Our Rafael Sanchez Cruz joins us live from the scene of that shooting. And Rafa, what do you know?
Lorenzo, Leslie, you said it. It's a sad, sad day. D.C. police are saying that multiple shots were fired from that sedan, that white sedan that you mentioned earlier, and 4 men were injured. One of those men critically injured, and now they're all receiving attention at a local medical hospital. I'm going to step out of the way so you can see the D.C. police and forensics team still on the scene. The district commander for this area says they received the call about shots fired here at the Tyler House apartment complex on the 1200 block of North Capitol Northwest at around 1:09 p.m. Investigators believe 2 passengers were inside that white sedan that was seen traveling eastbound on New York Avenue. This quadruple shooting comes just 4 days after another shooting on this very block. District 1 Commander Tasha Bryant spoke to the violence in the area. This is what she had to say.
Any violence in our city we take seriously, and in reference to this community, we're always out here. We're going to be here. Not only are we out here, I'm in constant communication with the residents and the commissioner that's responsible for this community. In fact, I had a conversation with her today about this very event. So we're here, we're going to be here, we're not going anywhere. We're committed to removing violent offenders from these communities.
A whole lot of bullets. Bop, 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 bop.
Yeah, you just heard Mr. Robert Wheeler. He was a resident that was standing right in front of the Tyler House Apartments at the moment of the shooting. This man says he is lucky. The 62-year-old was holding a speaker that was hit by one of the bullets during the gunfire. The speaker was on the backside of his wheelchair and it just missed him. The 62-year-old said his nephew was the one that got him on the ground, saving his life. Just a reminder about how vulnerable these innocent bystanders are during these kinds of shootings. There is still no motive for what occurred this afternoon. I'm live in Northwest. I'm Rafael Sanchez Cruz. Leslie, Lorenzo, back to you.
Sadly, in our culture here in Washington, D.C., we are raised from a young age to believe that we have to protect and cherish our neighborhood. Sometimes this can lead a person down a very bad path. Here in the DMV area, you tend to grow into certain sets and crews just by affiliation, not even knowing that you are involving yourself into street beefs. With that comes unfortunate situations like unexpected death. But just because you are out there getting back for loved ones who were killed first by the opposition, does that make you a serial killer? The word serial killer by definition is a person who unlawfully murders 2 or more victims in separate events, typically over an extended period of time. With that being said, by this definition, do you think that Moneybag Jefé fits this criteria? He definitely has caught a hat on separate occasions, allegedly. Before we get to it, I'ma need y'all to go and smash that like and subscribe button for me, Mo. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. It was just after 1 p.m. on October 6, 2022, when gunfire erupted on North Capitol Street, Northwest D.C. It was just a normal day on a busy block, and suddenly chaos erupted. 4 men hit by bullets right on the sidewalk in front of Tyler House. Remarkably, all of them were still conscious when police and EMS rushed in, but the story didn't end at the hospital. 2 weeks later, one of those victims lost his fight for life. For his family and for the DC community, this became more than just another headline. For a long time, the case seemed to stall. Leads came and went, But on May 12, 2026, almost 4 years after the shooting, there was finally a break. Police charged 22-year-old Jefé Parker, better known throughout the city as Moneybag Jefé, with first-degree murder while armed. Here's the crazy part. Jefé was already behind bars, facing charges in other violent DC cases, including the death of an Uber driver and the murder of rapper 23 Racks in Southeast. So, when the fugitive unit came to get bruh, it was actually over the jail. They say all of this happened because one of Jefé's men had went to go and spin around DeBorda and Tyler House and ended up getting his car stopped. Because of this, Jefé vowed to spin that motherfucker every day until he got some get back for his man. And he lived up to it. Now, Moneybag Jefé's name keeps surfacing. He's connected to other high-profile shootings, some with tragic outcomes, including the death of local rapper 23 Racks. And prosecutors say he's tied to local gang activity. His ties include mainly the Henson Ridge neighborhood, also known as the Zed. They even tried to paint him out as a serial killer in court. But remember, these are all allegations as of now. This definitely isn't Jefé's first run-in with the police over catching a hat. This article that was published in December 2024 shows exactly how Jefé and the GBG, or the Get Back Gang, were getting down in these DC streets. The article reads as follows. The U.S. Marshal Service has apprehended 21-year-old Jefé Parker, also known as Moneybag Jefé, this morning. Parker was taken into custody on a bench warrant following the issuance of a third superseding indictment that charges him with conspiracy and first-degree murder while armed for the homicide of Bryce Jembisi on February 25, 2023, as reported on the U.S. Department of Justice website. U.S. Attorney Matthew M. Graves announced the arrest. Previously, 4 other individuals were arraigned on the same indictment for a series of violent crimes in the District of Columbia. This indictment has brought to light the actions of the Get Back Gang, where each of the 5 defendants has been charged with conspiracy. Following the arrest made against Parker, the 4 other men, Derrico Johnson, Ronald Henderson, Davion Robinson, and DeMarco Robinson, formerly charged in connection with the same crimes, have been brought before the courts. As part of Get Back Gang, associated with the Henson Ridge neighborhood known as the Zed, Derrico Johnson faces charges for 2 counts of first-degree murder while armed and 3 counts of assault with intent to kill while armed for the murders of Clayton Marshall and Justin Johnson. Ronald Henderson is charged with 1 count of first-degree murder while armed and 4 counts of assault with intent to kill, while Davion Robinson faces 2 counts of assault with intent to kill while armed. The third superseding indictment details several instances of violence and murder. On April 12, 2022, Derrico Johnson, having been picked up in a stolen vehicle, allegedly fired several rounds at Shipley Market, which led to the death of Clayton Marshall and the injury of another person. The May 26, 2022 incident saw Johnson and Henderson fire shots at 16-year-old Justin Johnson, resulting in his death. The deceased was found a few minutes later in a nearby apartment building, beside an unharmed infant child on a scooter. In another drive-by shooting on January 2, 2023 at Alabama convenience store, Henderson and Robinson reportedly injured 2 people. The current investigation is a collaborative effort by the Metropolitan Police Department, MPD, Drug Enforcement Agency, DEA, and Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, ATF. Assistant U.S. Attorney Ryan Sellinger is overseeing the prosecution of the case. On February 25, 2023, a drive-by shooting resulted in Bryce Jembisi, a part-time Uber driver and teacher from Prince George's County, being shot while dropping off a customer. Jefé Parker was one of the individuals in the stolen Jeep Compass, responsible for firing approximately 70 rifle rounds. Mr. Jembisi succumbed to his injuries on March 3, 2023. His death marked a repeat of violence on the same block where Clayton Marshall had been killed the previous year, according to the third superseding indictment. Well, before I go, I don't care what bro did. I'ma do like Wardy said and scream, free Jefé. So, what do y'all think? Are all of the signs pointing to Jefé being classified as a serial killer? Or are the prosecutors just trying to sound sweet for the judge? Either way, I got a feeling we ain't going to see Slim for a very long time. Well, that's all I got time for right now. Remember, stay safe out here. And most importantly, stay dangerous, Mo.